I'm going to talk about treasuring diversity. In Buddhism, cultural diversity is really at the heart of Buddhism, because Buddhism is about really treasuring the individual and drawing out, respecting and drawing out the unique qualities of each person. You know, each culture, from the perspective of Buddhism, is a unique expression of the wisdom and sort of accumulated wisdom of societies. So the same idea applies of really respecting the individuality of cultures. But it's not always easy to respect differences between people or between groups of people, because we tend to feel threatened by differences or annoyed by differences. It can also be difficult to respect our own differences from other people. For myself, growing up in South Africa in a very diverse culture where differences between people were emphasized and were used as a way to keep people separate from each other, my sense of identity was very confused. And on a sort of day-to-day level, that sort of manifested in a way of, in a sense of being, feeling out of place often, or not quite knowing who I was. One sort of manifestation of that was an intense shyness, just not feeling able to speak up in company or to join in conversations. But after practicing Buddhism and really realizing and learning that, you know, underneath all our differences there's something that is common, and that's something that's very beautiful and powerful, which is the mystic law, the life force of the universe. And being able to respect that in myself helped me to become more happier in the world, and to overcome issues like, you know, being afraid of other people, being afraid of situations. Right from the beginning of our organization, it's, you know, it's even under apartheid, it was a diverse organization, culturally and in many ways, and that's always been part of the character and the nature of SGI in South Africa. Differences between people are not always the obvious things. They're often very subtle things that, when people don't really realize that they're offending others, or disrespecting others, or seeming to disrespect others. And so all of those issues are part of our society and part of our organization. It's really a challenge of being able to learn from each other and learn learn what our differences are and be able to respect differences, and to be open to those differences in order to find common ground. You know, that's not just a sort of a superficial acceptance of each other, but is really a unity. There's vast economic differences between people, and it's unusual in our country, I think, for people to really be meeting across those differences. So I think SGI really is a unique and very hopeful organization for that reason. It's very easy to talk about unity, but it's difficult to create real unity and real, you know, genuine respect amongst people. Because I think at some point, you know, it's still very much more comfortable for people to stay within their own cultural or economic spheres. And it's quite uncomfortable sometimes for people to move out of those into different spheres. But SGI provides a very natural forum for people to do that. It's a unity based on a common desire to create genuine peace, based on deep respect for each person.